Greetings, my name is Dennis Daniels and this is Moodle 1.53 Adding Blocks Part 2. Thank you for visiting. I want to remind you that you should steal this video, download it, and it will make your viewing pleasure much more, it will enhance your viewing pleasure because the flash player that Google uses is less than satisfactory for screencasts. Why am I doing this? Straight up, schools should be publishing houses. The grip of publishing, of traditional paper publishing houses, is stifling thought and creativity in teachers and in students around the world. Students should be treated like researchers and developers. Teachers should be managers of knowledge centers rather than secretaries. Moodle enables to a certain extent both of these things. Let's take a look at one of the things that does enable. After you take a look at Moodle.org, take a look at my site, DennisGDaniels.thinkinGdistance.org, a fine hosting service. I would check it out. Adding blocks, they're easy. We're going to add a couple of new blocks. We're going to add messages, online users. We're going to try the recent activity in RSS Feeds, though I suspect there are problems. I am, again, using 1.53 code, which is has its problems. Enough said. Let's go take a look at it. There it is. I'm at the site. I scroll down a little bit. You can see I've already added a couple of blocks. Course summary. Latest news is there. Upcoming events. Welcome to the new semester. I did that one today in our earlier tutorial. Calendar I added earlier. And now I'm going to add a new block. Let's add online users. This can be very useful to quickly guesstimate and anticipate who is available. Which reminds me, I need to get the attendance block loaded because I just noticed that it's not there. Attendance is not there, so I need to send a message. Okay, online users, there's nobody on there except me, so it's going to show up in the last 5 minutes as none. Next time I log in, it will show me as being there. So we've added one block, which is, again, very useful for seeing who's online. We also want to see messages to indicate whether or not you have received messages. From an administrator's perspective, from a teacher's perspective, I want more control over messages. I want to see what students are writing, and I want to be able to read their logs. Unfortunately, 1.53 doesn't allow that, easily allow that. I'm hoping that will be fixed in 1.6 because, look at that. Okay, current list is empty. Search. There's nothing to search because there's nobody in registered yet. Settings. Block all new message from my account. Blah blah blah. Beep. Use HTML. Blah. Email messages when I'm offline. No way. Well, let's change my email address. Okay, I've just changed that. Show message. But I do not want messages sent to me though, so that's off. Okay, so save my settings. Now that's enabled my message interface a little bit. Settings have been changed, very good. Now it should drop me back into the front page, which it doesn't. So close that, and now I've added my message block. Now I'm going to add, well, let's see what section links means. I have no idea what section links are. It's relatively new to me. Section links loading. Waiting for the right hand side. Waiting, okay, and it's going to be below online users, message session links. Okay, that can be very useful. Students have a great deal of trouble getting to the right week even after 20 weeks of doing it. Students still have trouble. So let's move these section links up. If you haven't seen this before, those arrows allow you, the site administrator, to move items around. So I'm going to push this way up to the top and to the left. I'm going to put it over here. Section links, let's move that over. Now it's going to move it onto this side of the page, hopefully. Did it do it? It did. So let's move it up. And as it moves up, it reloads the page. Unfortunately, Ajax has not made its appearance yet in Moodle. I know there's been some talk of it. Would greatly speed up these kinds of tasks. If you're not quite sure what I'm talking about, try customizing your Google.com interface, and you can move your blocks of data around quite easily. Okay, section links. That's going to make it easier. I can tell my students to click on week 1, 2, 3, etc. That's all well and good. Now let's go check out my other blocks. Remote RSS feeds. Oh gosh, I want to try this, but I don't think it works. So let's go give it a shot. Messages, remote news feeds. Alright, so I'm going to edit it. Display each, yes, I'm going to choose, yes, max number, okay, /dot. Alright, title /dot. See if it works. Show link, blah, 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 yes. Show channel, image if available, yes. Save changes. Let's see what happens. Are we going to get a feed from /dot? No, it doesn't work. So, as I thought, the /dot RSS feeds has problems. And the last one I know that has problems is recent activity. If I load that, we'll see that the whole thing gets pushed off to the left. The whole interface gets pushed off to the left. Or maybe not, I don't know. Because it's a brand new course, maybe it'll work. No, it doesn't work, I can tell already. Because everything's pushed. See how squished it is? There it is, right there. Because there's a problem in the 153 code. We attempted a 1.6 upgrade, but it failed. So we're using 1.53 code. Okay, so adding blocks. There we are. We've got our session links. We have added an RSS feed. Didn't work. We tried recent activity. That didn't work either. But we do have course summary. We do have upcoming events. We have calendar. And we have online users and messages. Messages for an administrator should be lots more transparency in terms of who's messaging who and how much messaging. Unfortunately, there is no interface yet, as far as I know, to handle messaging and reading of students' messages. Privacy be darned on my website, on my teaching, in my teaching environment. Students need to know that anything they write on a network belongs to the person who owns the network. That said, thank you for your attention. Moodle does have some fantastic stuff, and if you know some other cool things about Moodle, do your own screencasts using Demostudio on XP or Xvidcap on your Linux box. Share the wealth of your knowledge, create your own screencasts, and publish them. Brief mention about why the developed and developing world are so equal. Most schools are still using 18th century delivery and evaluation techniques for education. We can fix it by putting more computers in front of students, by using recycled machines in your LTSP network, in your business, your home, your school, community center, retirement community. There's a great need for more education, and Moodle can help that if more students have computers. Moodle doesn't work very well without a computer. I want to thank you for your time. Send me an email if this has helped you or anyone you know. Thank you, and happy computing.